In this video, and this video is a video request, by the way, I'm going to talk about what happens to you after narcissist abuse. Now let's get this straight. Whenever this happens and you get discarded for the final touch that they put on you, it's a feeling that it's such a negative feeling that you'll not feel from anything else. You feel betrayed. You feel bitter, angry. You want revenge. As soon as it happens, you just want to get this person. It's because you know what happened. You know what they did. Like, anytime anything like this has ever happened to me, like, I felt all the feelings that most people feel after going through narcissist abuse. And it's normal to feel it, but you have to take a step back from it when it's all said and done, and you can't really retaliate. You have to do the right things, like, whenever these things happen. But back to this. So how it really feels, like, what's going to happen to you after this happens is you're going to come into a phase of loneliness. You're going to come into a phase of being trapped in your own little world, because your entire world just came crumbling down, and people around you are going to be like, what the heck happened to this person? Like, why is this person this way? Like, I had family members, like, and my own parents telling me things like, are you bipolar, and things like this, like, after something like this happened. Because first of all, I didn't tell them what happened because I was literally embarrassed. That's something else too with narcissist abuse. It's humiliating. Like, they completely embarrass and humiliate you. Like, you want to slap the head right off the individual. Like, it's unfair. It's complete torture. It's complete fuckery at its finest. Like, there's nothing like it. But when these things happen, I didn't even tell my parents because I couldn't. It's humiliating. It's embarrassing. You don't want to come out and say things like this. And at the time, I didn't even know what narcissist abuse was. I didn't even know what the heck happened to me. I knew this person was crazy. But it's like, what can you really say? People just don't get on board to the extent that it actually is. People just are like, get over it. Like, you know, they say things like that, so it's like you can't really come out and say anything. You just have to deal with it by yourself. And then it's like your own family and parents are expecting you to be on your best behavior. They're expecting you to still be the same person you always were, to be a positive person, to just not take things to heart. But it's like you're completely crushed on the inside. So you need a lot of love at this time. You need a lot of, like, warmth and comfort. You need good people around you. So people are ticking you off, which is exactly what was happening to me at home at the time. Especially the age that I was at. It was a very tough age. And they just do certain things, you know, and then you react harshly. Like, I freaked out some days, like, completely, and put my forearm, like, through the wall in the house, like, my entire arm, like, through the wall, and just completely lost it because of how I felt on the inside and how other people were treating me. But it's like, there's nothing you can do. And of course, I never hurt or harmed any people, but I took it out on things around me because I just completely exploded. And I try to warn these people, don't do it. You have to stop. You know, I was trying to keep calm, trying to stay nice, but it's like, they keep at it. So you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And And there's only so much a human being can take until they unleash. It's like a wild animal. There's only so much you can do to an animal before it bites you. Like, it's something if a dog just comes up and runs and bites you out of nowhere, and it's being serious and it literally does damage to you to the point where you have to go to the hospital, that dog should be put down. And the human should go to jail in this case if a human just attacks another human and harms them. But if you're poking at an animal and you're hitting a dog, let's say you pick up a stick and you keep whacking this dog with a stick, and it's not doing anything to you, and you continue to do it, and you continue to do it, and then the dog jumps out and bites and does damage, that dog does not deserve to be put down. You keep poking a human like that, you keep abusing a human, and it's not doing nothing, it's telling, and it's even warning you to stop, and you keep doing it. You get a little smack upside your head, nothing should be done, because you damn well deserved it. And I didn't even come close to doing anything like that. I just like took things out of my surroundings, put a hole through the wall, let it be known that you have to stop right now because I'm gonna freak. So, but anyways, and then you get called bipolar, you get called this, you get called that, and then people just think you're crazy because you are going crazy on the inside. So, and these are times where it's just like I want to be alone. I can't stand people. I want to be by myself. And then I got myself to that point, and that's where everything started to come together. I feel like I was holding on for a while, like things that have happened, and you know, because it's like you can't really heal from the environments that you're in. And it's hurtful stuff. So whenever I got isolated, whenever I got by myself, it's the best thing that happens. I did not feel lonely at all, but other people might. And I've talked to so many people on the phone, and then that they actually have like felt lonely like after it was done, because they did become isolated. They did become by themselves after something bad happened to them. But with me, it was a complete opposite, because I felt more alive. I felt healthier. I felt better than I've ever been whenever I got by myself. And that's when I realized, like, this is what I needed my entire life. Like, I would like to see how my life would have been if I literally could have just like been living by myself at a very young age and had like certain things to keep myself, and like just had enough that I could have been living by myself, enough money to spend that I could afford my own place at a younger age, to be by myself and to buy my own food, to have my own vehicle, to do these things that you need to be by your own. But instead I went through the ringer, and I learned that way, the hard way, which is the only way that it was supposed to happen. Like, that was supposed to happen. I'm not wishing that it would have happened a better way. I'm just saying I would like to see how my life could have been like at a younger age, like having all these things, having like similar to what I have now, just more, and to have more freedom and to have more peace at a younger age instead of getting it at more of an older age. But then again, there's people that didn't even get it at the age that I got it, or even have it now. So it's like, you still have to consider yourself blessed. You still have to consider yourself lucky, because there's always somebody in the world that has it worse, you know what I mean? But just know that whenever you go through narcissist abuse, because it is abuse, as we all know, it's witchcraft, it's psychological warfare to the extreme, in the most negative way possible. witchcraft, like I said, it's meant to kill you. Literally, people die from this stuff. I've felt like it. Other people have felt like it. Because it's that strong. It's deadly. And I've had friends in the past, even whenever I was like 17, 18 years old, that were going through it, and I could not... Actually, I can't say I couldn't understand their pain, because I did understand their pain. I just didn't know how the person could feel that bad. But I could feel their pain, so I understood how much pain they were going through. I just didn't know how something could make them that way. And it was crazy. It made me so sad to see them like that, and because I can feel other people's pain, like, very, very strongly. I felt every ounce of it, and I felt so bad. And I was honestly concerned and worried for this guy, and didn't want to leave him alone, and wanted to do what I could at that time to make it better. But the person overcame, and it wasn't easy. And I think after going through stuff like this, and going through that phase where you're alone and stuff like this, I think that's the best thing that can ever happen to you. You don't want to be around people after that stuff happens, because you might even treat other people bad that's around you, because you have no other choice. You have to deal with it on your own. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. And it let me reflect. It let me take that time. It let me do everything I needed to do to overcome what has happened. And that stuff could never happen to me again. I'm telling you guys now. It's virtually impossible. I'm way too smart, way too switched on, and I was not in the position that I was in when I was younger that made that happen. Because I even believe certain circumstances of my upbringing, certain circumstances of why these things happened, and I didn't have the worst upbringing ever. It's just like the people I grew up around in general, the people I hung out with, it's like that's all there was. So it's like you get more into trouble because that's all that there is around you. It's not like I was brought up in the United States and had all these offers and had all these opportunities and was just given so much money. Rich parents, like, no, like, it wasn't like that at all. And it still wasn't the worst upbringing in the world. Like, there was a lot of good things about it too, but to the fact that it wasn't perfect was enough to put me in a vulnerable position, to put me in a place where I'm getting demolished by one of these monsters. And it happened. And the Jezebel spirit got me. And I overcame it. Because I got out of the position I was in, like I said, that put me in the position in the first place that got me nailed. Now I'm way too powerful. Now I'm in control. I have all the power. I have all the options. I have all the everything. Any ounce of disrespect towards me and it's going out of my life. It's not going to be accepted. It's just plain and simple. It just can't happen. And you could be fooled short term, but there's never going to be something that's going to get me so bad to the point where it's continuing on, and then it builds and builds and builds and builds and builds and hits me so hard to the point where it brings me right back down. It's always possible to get fooled by a person short term before anything serious happens, and then you'll cut them off. That can happen, but I will never get nailed like I got nailed in the past. More than a couple times by more than a couple different people. So that's that. Keep yourself safe, guys. I'm about to cut this video short, and I'm about to go to bed. I'm dead tired. You guys know what to do. Stay away from these individuals at all costs. If you know you're dealing with one, get the hell out of there. Why are you dealing with them again? Because there's some people that actually continue on dealing with them, and they're complaining what's happening, but you're still choosing to deal with them. That's your own fault. That's your own stupidity. Please don't complain at all about anything if you're willing to stay with a person like that. That's all I gotta say. So I'm cutting the video now, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with some more solid videos. Until next time, peace out.